this is very interesting, Johnny. I mean, you've touched upon a lot of points here, and what I'm trying to understand and give out to the world is why in our society we have to play games in order to get connections and relationships with each other. And I think what you're telling with your paradigm, your philosophy of the double bind, you know, the contradiction, is that something that might be a good reason why people, well, you already mentioned a little bit, but why people have to play games, why...
I know exactly what you're asking, so I'm going to summarize it for you in a tight little package. Men are raised to believe an irrational, paradoxical thing. If you meet a girl and she likes you enough to go to bed with you, she's too easy. In other words, you should never join any club that would admit a guy like you as a member. Because if you're good enough, they must have no standards. In other words, every man is raised to believe that the person he's become, all the things he's had to do to become the man he is not enough. So, men believe they have to find a woman who is, as we say, playing hard to get. The man has to believe that she really is hard to get. And he will go out of his way on several dates to demonstrate each time, upping the ante, that he's going to be the one who's going to be able to get her. And then after he's invested, he's gone out of his way enough to get her to go to bed with him, then he has to reconsider. Do I actually want this relationship? Was the sex any good? But by this point, the girl is in a bad situation, because once she's made that transaction, she can't unmake it. Once she's written in her diary about this guy, she's told her mother, "Well, I met a nice guy. Going on a third date with him. Everyone knows, third date, well, gonna go somewhere." Once she's acknowledged him, once they have sex, she's in a situation where she needs to make sure he's going to hang around, because she doesn't get to have sex with very many people before the society at large looks down their nose and says, "She's a slut. She's used up. She's loose." Because after all, when you use a muscle a lot, it gets loose. You see this at the gym all the time.
Yeah.
Crazy thinking based on people's being taught it, by people who were taught it, people who are taught it. It has no basis in reality whatsoever that a girl becomes loose because she's had much sex. It's madness. But men believe they are supposed to find a girl with not much mileage, ideally as fresh and new as they can. And then they're supposed to capture her, and they'll know she's high quality because she won't have made herself available to many other men before. Fathers tell their sons, "You mustn't hook up with a slut. You'll go to bed with her, but you can never trust her. Because clearly she's into sex, and that might mean she could go off at any time." I suppose men are supposed to be looking for women who are not into sex. In fact, the only reason I know you're my son is because your mommy was a good girl. She didn't put out till our 5th date. We practically never had sex after that. So you must be my child.
Yeah.
Men and women play games with each other because men are operating under an irrational paradigm that says to men, "You're not good enough for any woman. You must play games. You must pretend to be better than you are in order to get the attention of a girl who wouldn't otherwise like you."
For the full interview, visit betterseduction.com.